So the Lakers is actually having their worst December records of the LeBron era, 5-7 right now, and I'm going to acknowledge that, but I'm also not going to just run from it, or I'm not going to pretend like the season is over, like a lot of fans that I'm seeing happen right now, because the calendar has flipped from January and got feelings hurt in December. Because to me, context matters. I believe history matters, and I believe patterns matters as well. You know, if we walk through this slowly for the people who react to the last box score, like I said, right now we're 5-7 in December. The year before, last year we were 7-6. 2023 in December, I think the Lakers went 7-8 under LeBron James. 2022, the Lakers went 7-9. So what that really tells me, honestly, is that December has never been like this magical month where LeBron-led Lakers teams suddenly lock in and dominate the Western Conference. December, to me, has always been kind of like messy. You know, December has always exposed flaws. You know, December has been about lineups and adjustments and different egos and fatigues. I mean, even going back to the days of Darvin Ham. So it's like the conversation also changes because there's no longer just a LeBron team. Some feel like this is Luka's team now through and through. And when Luka is on your roster, the season to me is never closed. It's never over. You know, it's never really dead. It's never hopeless. You always can find some type of objectivity as long as Luka is available and healthy. But, you know, you can be inconsistent and dangerous at the same time, I believe. You know, you can be flawed and terrifying at the same time. You can be fifth in the Western Conference at 2011 and still not have figured out, you know, who's really in charge of this thing. And that's where the conversation that I think nobody in Lakers land really want to have. Yo, this Lakers team is talented. You know, Luka is doing Luka things, but something tells me that there's some type of power struggle happening in real time. I'm not talking drama or locker room chaos. I'm just talking basketball power. Like, who offense is it when it matters the most? You know, whose tempo is it going to be that's going to be the winning recipe? LeBron or Luka? Who voice is going to set the tone when things go left? Who closes things out emotionally, not just statistically? You know, I don't think those type of questions get answered in December. You know, they get exposed in December. And I think that's why last month felt so ugly for a lot of Lakers fans, because when you add a player like Luka to the franchise, like the Lakers, you know, you don't just add points and assists. You're adding gravity. You're adding authority. You know, you're adding so much more, and that forces everybody else to recalibrate, aggressive or not. You know, and recalibration has been uncomfortable, but uncomfortable doesn't mean that you're doomed or that you're lost. The Lakers right now are in fifth place, 20-11. That's not play-in bound. They not in the bottom half of the rankings, you know. So I think the Lakers will be all right now. They're not scrambling for relevance. Of course, in hindsight, there's a bunch of teams. There's probably 29 out of the 30 teams that wish, in hindsight, they could do things to be better. Different decisions. So the Lakers not alone in that go. I think they are exactly where a dangerous team usually sits before they find itself out. You know, I'm just wondering how many of these pieces is going to be remaining with it when it counts the most. Luka doesn't need perfection. Luka needs clarity. He doesn't need everybody to agree. He just needs everybody to commit. And I think once that happens, once roles stop overlapping and egos, you know, negotiate possessions, this team could actually become a nightmare, especially in a 7-game series. So that's why I feel like, yo, the Lakers just need to stay fast, stay hell-bent, and, you know, it could be pretty decent. But, you know, under this LeBron regime, this has been the worst December that we've had, but I'm just not going to take a lot from it, and I don't think you should either.